Como muchos saben, la historia de Slayer como banda está llegando a su fin. Para nadie es un secreto ya, que la banda de thrash metal se separará después de 37 años de carrera musical, luego de que hace un mes, el grupo anunciara un tour mundial de despedida, algo que tomó a todos por sorpresa. Antes de comenzar su gira, Slayer publicó el primer capítulo de lo que será, el nuevo documental que inspecciona toda su trayectoria. El mismo tiene por título Early Days, que tiene una duración de casi 6 minutos, y que contará con más capítulos. A continuación, te traigo el primer episodio, subtitulado en español, para que puedas entenderlo, y disfrutar al menos de este material extra, donde se hará una retrospectiva de todos sus logros.
SLAYER! It's hot as fucking balls.
Yeah. Metal.
I'm not sad. I've had a good time.
I was still in high school. I wasn't the youngest one. Dave was the youngest one. I think he's a year younger than me and Jeff. Playing high school, learning guitar, finding guys with like-minded ideas. I found him auditioning for another band at some warehouse. I come out from a tryout for this other band, knowing that I didn't want to do. After I seen him, I'm like, yeah, not for me. And I come out and Jeff's playing, songs I know on a guitar, sitting at the desk. I'm like, hey, are you in a band? And he wasn't. I said, well, would you like to get together and, see what happens? So me and Jeff got together. I had met Dave prior to that, and I knew Tom from another band. So we just put it together, and it stuck.
My life consisted of school, helping my dad, and wanting to play music. So after I graduated high school, I had a part-time job the previous summer, and I was just going to go work there because it was a summer job, but they said they'd be willing to hire me like a full-time worker. So I figured that was a job. I don't know how much I was making an hour. I was just making money to help support my habit of music.
And in that time, I had stupid jobs just to, in case music didn't work. I think the last job I had was, it's either a pet shop, which might have been later on, but in my teen years, I think my last job was working like a mini golf course or something. It was one of the people that does stupid shit that nobody else wants to do. And then I was there for like a month, and dude said, cut your hair, and I said, suck a dick, and that was about the end of it.
That job was an emblem company. They made emblems for employee uniforms.
Dave, I know he was a pizza delivery guy.
We were another group that decided to say, listen, let's just call it quits because the band was going to break up. So we thought that was kind of funny.
And, we played, we were tight. It wasn't anything like Slayer. I was 16. I had to get a fake ID so I could play Gazzardi's. Not to drink, just to get in. Kind of odd.
Kerry joined that group because they got rid of the other guitar player. And then once Kerry joined the group, they were having issues with me and they kicked me out of the band.
Yeah, did that for a while, and I don't remember why that broke up, but I'm happy it did because maybe I never would have been inspired to do what we're doing now. It was the first time I met Dave. I was out front of my house. I think just got home from somewhere. I'm walking up, and he stops and says, hey, are you the guy with all the guitars? And I went, I'm much more witty now, but I said I have guitars. I don't know what all the guitars means, and that's, I played with Dave once, I played with Jeff once, and then I got the three of us together, and we played a couple times, and then we saw if Tom wanted to be a part of it.
Back then it was all about tape trading and stuff, and I don't even think Show No Mercy was out yet, and someone got us a tape of it, and we were like, these guys are just like us. This is crazy. We want to kill shit and hack things up with machetes with them, you know. But the first time we heard Slayer, we were just like, this album's amazing, and they're from LA, you know, like we knew Metallica were from LA, but they moved up to join us.
I first got turned on to Slayer when I was with Forbidden. We would go over to one of my guitar players' house after band practice. We'd have a few drinks, and he had a party there one night, and I was in the kitchen, and there was a boombox in the living room, and a fireplace with a mantle. And I was talking with somebody, and it just into this conversation, and then I heard this sound come from the other room. And I was like, excuse me, I'll be right back. And I walked over to the stereo, and I stood right in front of it. I remember looking at that boombox, and I heard the first song, and I just thought to myself, this just changed everything.
His guitar player was my guitar teacher, and I used to go see them practice. And I knew he was grooming me to replace his other guitar player. And I felt kind of weird about that. But, you know, I need to get my foot in the door.
A year later, I get a call from Kerry, say, hey, I'm putting together this band. And, you know, you play bass, and I got this guitar player and drummer. We want to get together and jam. So he gave me a list of songs. So we were going to meet the following weekend to jam. So they showed up. We jammed that list of songs that he gave me, and the rest is history.